Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back for more of the most pointless slaughter captured on film since 2005's Hostel in XCOM 2. And no, I'm not talking about the aliens I ruthlessly butchered last episode for supplies that I didn't need. I'm actually talking about you, because I did murder you very slightly last episode. I murdered you with time. The roughly 40-ish minutes you spent watching last episode. Yeah, you're never getting that time back, ever. It's gone, lost to the past, like the days when Gina Davis was attractive enough to get cast as a female lead in a major Hollywood studio production. And I have to take responsibility for that. Not the Gina Davis thing, the time murder thing. You can't pin Gina Davis on me. I'm not the one that polymorphed her into a cane toad. You gotta go take that shit up with the Dark Wizard Voldemort, because that's beyond my power. The truly sad part of this whole situation, though, and again, I'm talking about the time murder thing, not Gina Davis. Anyone with eyes knows that the sad part of Gina Davis is, spoiler, Gina Davis herself, in that she's a walking reminder of the horrors and ravages of age in the human condition. But the actual sad part of this gameplay scenario is that I'm probably going to time murder you again. There's an achievement I'm farming for, and I'm going to waste time. My time, your time, everyone's time. So, let's get to it, shall we? Great intro, by the way, Pete. That was real good work. Start things off by reminding people that they're wasting their lives watching you instead of, going outside or reading a book or having a meaningful interaction with another human being. I don't really care about your ominous glow. Ominous Glow, by the way, is the name of the line of Gina Davis's new personal skincare products. Want to have that Gina Davis look? You need an Ominous Glow. Ominous Glow, endorsed by Gina Davis.
Setting course for the west.
She really does kind of look like a cane toad. I shouldn't beat up on her. The woman's 60, but man, how the mighty have fallen. There were days when she was romancing Jeff Goldblum, man. Jeff Goldblum. Now she's romancing like the corpse of Edward G. Robinson. It's not going to work.
Incoming message for you, Commander.
See, this is what I meant by wasting your time. Now we're going to have to do some pointless mission while we wait because I'm trying to make contact with the last region I need for an achievement. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's not actually a mission. It's just them telling us we have 952 supplies I don't want. So what are our options here? Alien Cipher, Show of Force. I don't really care what this is, but we might as well look. Another major breakthrough. Well, they can have it. It's fine. We have 2,000 supplies on the ground, and I'm going to continue to ignore them like a champ. Going to ignore them like Hollywood casting agents have been ignoring Gina Davis. Uh-oh. Doom counter? Doom counter. Well, this is...
Commander,
honestly, this isn't really that much of a problem. If we can make contact, we'll just go raid the alien tower facility, which I think reduces the doom counter, or we could just go to one of the 18 facilities on the planet that we have uncovered. Why do I only have 6 days? Isn't the doom counter supposed to be longer than this? You know, 6 days, 60 days, it doesn't matter. Ooh, Atlas King. 6 days or 60 days, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I had a profound ejaculation there, like Watson in a Sherlock Holmes novel. Atlas King got Soul Steel. That's fantastic. He's still not max rank. Jesus, Atlas King. We got to get you in, like, the remedial psychic class. I don't want to try and shame you, Atlas King, but man, you really are going to have to go down with those kids with the circle of paper in the special room. The ones with the big round pencils. That's what I'm talking about, Atlas King. The way your training is going, buddy, I'm thinking maybe that's where you belong. You should probably have a round pencil, not the normal hexagonal one. It's easier for your delicate hands to grip, Atlas King. You're not coordinated.
Signals coming through clear.
Yeah, 70 more supplies that I don't give a shit about. Just have a supply dropped from the resistance waiting. I need to build another radio tower? Do I not? I don't have this bonus, do I? Nope. What continent bonuses am I missing? South America, check. North America, check. Asia, check. Europe, also check. It's Asia. Do I have Australia? Australia. I have to build a radio relay. But I also have to do something about the doom counter. Can we do stuff once we... I think once we start this, that's it, right? Archon's Codex and Heavy Mechs. How long will it take us to build the tower? 5 to 7 days. We don't have 5 to 7 days. So do I want to do a facility mission? It's way to leave the thing, Pete. Well, I mean, I was trying not to waste time, but we're gonna have to. I want this achievement. There's an achievement to get every continent bonus. This is the only one I don't have. I don't have to go raid a friggin' facility for no reason. Once we do this, we're locked in. This is launching the end game. Once we go hit the the tower, it's all over. So we have to go find a facility and then raid. Well, I told you I was probably gonna have to time murder you, and I wasn't lying. I'm gonna have to probably time murder you a little. We have a couple level 2 facilities. Fortunately, we're actually at a level 2 facility now. Let's just hit it. There's one here in West Africa. We don't even have to move. Archons, Codex, Gatekeepers, Elite, but we don't even have to move. Gina Davis's new motto, we don't even have to move. My career is over. I can just sit here in this chair. Watch HGTV all day. It'll be great. So this mission's very difficult. Now the thing I'm thinking about is what if somebody gets hurt on this mission? That would really suck. Then we have more downtime, more fatigue time, and we're just getting into an endless cycle of loops. Of course, we could afford a little downtime since we do have to spend a week building a pointless radio tower. Yeah, everybody's ready. Just get it over with, Pete. Take your bitter pill. Like Gina Davis took that call from her casting agent saying Gina, well, not her casting agent, but just her regular agent. CAA called her and they're like, I'm sorry, Miss Davis, but we can't represent you anymore. You haven't had a job offer in like 12 years. You're retired. Let's just go away gracefully, Gina. Just give it up. It's fine. And Gina Davis was like, ribbit. Throw back to the cane toad thing. Do toads? I don't think toads even make that sound. It's like frogs. Do toads croak? They definitely don't ribbit, because ribbit is definitely the frog noise. But, I mean, toads make noise. I would guess it would be like the croaking of a toad. Operation Hellfort. Yeah, Bradford, this is not our first facility raid. We're gonna walk in here, kick some aliens' teeth down their throats, and I'm gonna feel bad about punching down on their helpless asses, like I feel a little bad about mocking Gina Davis for being not that good looking anymore. Not that she was ever like a striking, glamorous beauty or anything. I mean, she was always Gina Davis, but there was a time when you might have entertained a sexual thought about Gina Davis, but those days are long gone now. Now you see it and you're just like, what fucking bog did that crawl out of? All right, that's enough. I'm punching down. Picking on Gina Davis, Pete, that's punching down. Just stop. You got it, Bradford. X4 charges. We're all over that shit like ugly on Gina Davis. Yeah, it's okay. That was the last one. I promise. That was it. I've hit my limit. No more picking on Gina Davis. What did she ever do to me besides star in A League of Their Own? Which, granted, you know what, the League of Their Own thing, you know, it does warrant, I think, some manner of censure, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna be the bigger man here. Clearly, picking on an aging woman for her fading good looks. I'm gonna stop doing that, and that makes me the bigger man. Ah, I'm a scumbag. Steve Irwin, what kind of shots you got here? We got a Codex and an Archon. If we can get anybody who can one-shot kill that Codex, I may just do it. Yuri, what do you... Yeah, well, you could take a squad-side shot. No? Why not? Is there a tree in the way? There's definitely a tree in the way. Yes, Pete, you know, Yuri is amazing man, but even I cannot hit target I can't see.
Heading to that location.
Oh, crikey, also, Pete, you gotta leave off on the cane toad, mate. You're making fun of Janie Davis. I mean, I think that's your goal, is to kind of crack wise about old Janie Davis, Pete, but, you know, the cane toads, sure, they're an invasive, destructive species, and basically the bane of Australia, mate, but I think you may be hitting a little below the belt comparing Gina Davis to the cane toad. The cane toad, they're a blight upon the economy and the ecology of Australia, mate, but that's uncalled for.
I'm on the move.
Don't wanna beat up on the cane toads, Pete, like that. You're just basically calling them Gina Davis, mate. That's it's fucking cruel, bro. It's cruel. All right, you're right. I'm gonna let it go, Steve. I'm gonna let it. That's it. No more cracks about Gina Davis and cane toads. I promise. That was legitimately the last one.
Moving on target location.
So we'll just set up an ambush. I don't really feel the need to throw away my concealment. If we're gonna just basically be moving, we might as well just set up for the perfect ambush and absolutely annihilate these men. I am going to try and make sure that Jake Busey and Helen Deadeye Keller both stay concealed here. I don't want to blow their concealment. We can use them to continue scouting the rest of this facility. Master Chef Busey, you really can't get much closer without giving yourself away. Although you could... I mean, you could get to there. It is theoretically... Yeah, go ahead and do it, Jake.
That's affirmative.
Don't step in a detection tile, please. Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation.
Covered.
These guys will, of course... Yeah, they're going to path away from us, which should have been expected. It's fine. We'll still be able to get it. And there's another pod that's gonna... If you guys could come a little closer, honestly, that would be perfect. Could you guys maybe close gaps? Close the gap a little bit? I'll take 2 pods at once. If I can get 2 pods, I'll take 2 pods. Helen Deadeye Keller has my proximity mine, which is unfortunate. So we could have the stovepipe come right up here. And throw a saturation fire that catches, I think, all of these people. I don't really hate that plan. His cover is going to be suboptimal, but we're not looking at a huge level of resistance once it's over. Is it worth the risk? It's probably worth the risk. Abraham Lincoln. Also, somebody's getting shot. Abraham Lincoln is definitely our go-to boy for getting shot. He's got some experience with taking bullets to the face. It's happened a time or two to old Honest Abe. Can we not hit both of these things at the same time? We cannot hit both the Codex and the Archon. Well, I'm going to go for the Archon, the robot, and the man behind the robot. Yes, I'm talking about the man himself, the Wizard of Oz. This should also catch that guy who's unseen. Abraham Lincoln, show us your moves. That was pretty solid. 32 aggregate damage from a single blow. That's some solid work from Lincoln. He got huge damage on that robot, by the way, because he does still have the blue screen rounds. And we didn't cause the Codex to clone. That's the other advantage. Codex is not going to be able to clone. It's just going to run over there and get shotgunned into chunks by Jake Busey. That robot is on Overwatch and on fire. Okay, how do we want to handle this then? Jake Busey, we should prefer to remain concealed if it's all possible for Jake Busey to remain concealed. Do we want to hijack the robot? It's really badly hurt, so not a great target for hijacking, although the hijackery would eliminate our Overwatch problem. Is hijackery a word, Pete? Probably not, but I'm going to use it anyway. Hey, Yuri, what are your chances with a fan shot against that Codex? Can you take her out in one hit? 100% she definitely dies. So we're probably going to have Yuri kill the Codex. We got this guy back here who's not a huge threat. How many shots could we theoretically get off? Is this the moment when Yuri goes full badass mode? What if we do this? No, don't worry about the heavy mech, Yuri. It's fine. I want you to go ahead and take the lightning hand shot at our friend Johnny the Archon. Yes, he's getting shot in face, Pete, because when there are faces, Yuri brings the faces and the shooting. Yuri is like matchmaker for bullets and faces. I'm bringing people together. Bringing people together since forever ago. Does fan fire end our turn is the question, because I would also really like to face off. What we could do, maybe we do this, because this definitely won't end our turn. What if we... No, because then she'll clone. We don't want to hit her until we're ready to have her be dead. Let's test the theory. I would love to face off. It would be phenomenally useful. I think instead we're going to fan fire and hope this doesn't end our turn, since it is technically a pistol shot. And if it doesn't end our turn, we'll probably have Yuri face off at the end of it.
Hostile neutralized.
Still Yuri's go? Still... Ah, this is beautiful. And then Yuri sweeps the board. Oh my god, Yuri. Yes, Peter, no, I am amazing, man. I'm going to get 4 kills in a single turn. Probably. Okay, I didn't get the Archon. I didn't get the robot. Okay, I get 2 kills in a single turn, Pete. But come on, credit where credit is due. That was an amazing display, Pete. Sure, it wasn't quite as good as the 32 damage that Abraham Lincoln did to set all that up and make things possible for us, but was still a remarkable contribution. We have 2 targets left on map, and we can guarantee kill them as long as Atlas King is not an asshole.
Here I come.
Don't tell Atlas I said that. I feel bad. Yeah, you know, we Eastern European gentlemen, we have to, we've got to stick together. We've got to be a team here, and I have not been being team player lately, I really admit. Can we go ahead and insanity you? Yeah, this should get a kill.
Mentally unstable.
Atlas King? Are you talking about Yuri? Yuri, did you hear that? I think Atlas King is firing shots. This should also do damage, right? Our insanity does damage now?
How many's that now?
Or did it miss? No, it did not miss. Okay. We panicked, ruptured, and killed him. I feel pretty good about that. Steve, are you going to be able to get a shot at our robot friend? I don't think you'll be able to see our robot friend.
Let's move already.
If you can get a shot at him, you will kill him. Eh, crikey, Pete, you know, still got the advanced stock, but sorry, mate, not going to be able to get a shot. I can come up and go on Overwatch, but this means you gotta sacrifice your concealment from either Helen Keller or Jake Busey, and we all know you're not gonna do that, but that robot's just gonna stand there and fire grenades at us, I have a feeling. I would really like him to move as his first option, but I don't think he's gonna do that. Do we want to burn Helen Keller's concealment? No, we don't. We don't want to burn it. We don't want to burn Jake Busey's concealment either. We also don't want to put Jake Busey anywhere near those guys, because then Jake Busey's just going to wind up getting his friend, you know, he's going to be collateral damage in the Steve Irwin, Abraham Lincoln bullet to the face sandwich, and I don't want him to be in part of that. It's not the kind of sandwich you want to have a piece of. Somebody offers you a piece of that sandwich, he's like, nah, I'm good, thanks. It's all right. Well, we've discovered 8 trillion other people, but Jake Busey is concealed, and this is why we keep Busey on the move. We do have to find a place for Jake Busey to squat for a turn, however. I'm thinking, like, this region should be relatively safe for the Buse. Yeah, this is good. Just, you know what? Out of an abundance of caution, let's have Jake Busey run over here. Now he's good. Jake Busey stays hidden. Steve Irwin goes on Overwatch. This robot kills itself. Steve Irwin can't fail to kill him here. He's immune to the fire, but the 3 damage from Steve finishes him off. Yeah, crikey, Pete, you know me. I'm finishing off robots, mate, like, I don't know, an employee in a massage parlor, giving them a little not quite so happy ending. Just like in the massage parlor, Pete, where that ending was not quite as happy as what you paid for. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, mate. You know what I'm talking about. You always feel, you know, a little not good about the fact that you had to pay for it, Pete. Yeah, I mean, I know, Pete. I know you know what I'm talking about, mate. So let's bring Yuri forward. I'm also just bailing completely on a conversation with Yuri about Steve Irwin. This is going to activate the pod, which is fine. Are we going to get anything other than this turret? Did that only activate the turret? Here we go. Okay, here's the rest of the party. Come on over here, gentlemen. I need you to get a little closer. I'm a little further away from you than I would necessarily prefer. And it's time for Atlas King to put on the Atlas King show. I need you to be able to see that robot, Atlas King. That's it. Or that gatekeeper. You just got to be able to spot him for me. You see him from here? No. Alright, not the greatest cover in the world, but it'll have to do, Atlas King. I need you to come over here and dominate this gatekeeper. He needs to be a part of Team XCOM. What are our chances? They should be pretty good. Last time we threw 70%. I will run this risk. Give me an uninjured gatekeeper. I want them on Team XCOM. I will dominate you. That's the shit right there. Oh, Atlas King, you magnificent son of a bitch. I knew there was a reason I kept plugging away at you, Atlas King. Like Madison on a desperate Saturday night. Stovepipe. Let's bring you forward and have you just kill the turret, maybe? You know, 1 grenade takes out the turret, actually. But so will a chain shot, in all likelihood. Double 92s. 26 to 30 damage, because it's definitely going to kill it. Actually, does 1 shot kill it? 13 to 15, not quite. A single shot might actually do him in. Do we want to burn someone's cover? We're going to have to burn somebody's concealment, either Helen Deadeye Keller or Jake Busey. Given my druthers, I think I would prefer it to be Jake Busey. Let's bring the Deadeye forward. We can't trust the aliens to turn coat on the gatekeeper. Too often we've expected enemies to target mind-controlled units only to have them ignore those units and then, you know, do not nice things to us. Helen Keller is surprisingly too far away to be combat effective here. The best play might be a Mimic. Steve, is there anywhere you could get some decent cover and an Overwatch opportunity for us? Not really. The turret is still a problem, admittedly. We may have to blow everybody's cover. I upon further review, decided I don't necessarily like our offensive position. So in that case, then, Helen Keller, don't shoot at the turret. Don't shoot our friendly gatekeeper. Please shoot this elite trooper with an 81% chance for victory and death. Okay, not great. Also, you have set a random shrub on fire. Nice shot, Helen Keller. Don't know what I should have expected from Helen Keller, really. Expecting her to be a Deadeye marksman. I really do have pretty unreasonable expectations for Helen Keller's performance. I'm not gonna lie. oftentimes I may be asked for too much. Do we want to go for the chain shot just to make sure? This does empty Abraham Stovepipe Lincoln's gun. Alternatively, we could just fire a grenade up here. The grenade gets the job done as well. If we just blow up the floor, that turret is done. Let's try this.
Here, catch.
I'm fairly certain this is going to get some damage on this guy and also destroy the turret. If it doesn't destroy the turret, we're right in the middle of fuck central. Did we get him? Pretty sure we got him. Or did we not? We did not get the turret, and we have activated more people? No.
You're near the target position.
We're near the thing we have to blow up. Well then, only one thing left to do. Sorry, Steve Irwin, you've got to save our bacon because Abraham Stovepipe Lincoln has fucked the dog. You know, you constantly talk about these fuck the dog thing. Do you really think Abraham Lincoln has had sexual intercourse with the king? It's a euphemism, Yuri. I mean, I know English is not your first language, but it's that, Yuri. See, that right there is what fucking the dog is all about. When you pull one like that, Steve Irwin, brilliant work, by the way. 12% chance to failure, and they said it couldn't be done, but damned if Steve Irwin didn't find a way. Alice King, you're the only man on this project I can trust. Well, what do we do now? So, we could take a free move, rage punch this man, throw an axe into this man, and then try and shotgun the turret, or just be implacable and or hope that the aliens shoot. Do I really want to do that? We could also just blaster launcher the turret and possibly these guys, but now, let's go for the high mobility option. I'm feeling like living dangerously today, and if we're gonna do this, let's get ourselves as close to that jackass over there as possible. So we do this. Yeah, we're spotted. Sorry, Busey, your cover's blown. I did what I could. Turns out what I could was not necessarily enough. You did not get the kill on that man. That's unfortunate. It's okay, though. We'll find a way to dig our way out of this hole because Jake Busey is the greatest man who has ever lived, so he's going to whip an axe into this chump. He's dead. Oh, right in the face, man. Then Jake Busey can take a regular move, I guess. We'll just bring him over here. Jake Busey has killed a man. He's actually untouchable. We don't have to do anything with Jake Busey. We can just have Jake Busey walk over here and shotgun this man in the face, and I think that's exactly what we'll do. Have face, insert shotgun, and this elite trooper is going to be gone. Jake Busey with the trick shot, some over-the-shoulder Annie Oakley shit right there. Busey, that was beautiful.
Found something.
You did indeed find something, Jake Busey. Jake Busey's untouchable turret. Go ahead and eat all of the dicks. It'll shoot again or go on Overwatch. Nope, it's just going to sit there like a dick. All right, then, Jake Busey, what are your chances to kill the turret? Not fantastic. But that's okay, because Abraham Lincoln should be able to do it. After last turn's fuck-up, Lincoln, you gotta redeem yourself here, champ. That's the best you got, Abe. 9 damage.
It hit the plate.
Okay.
Burning through ammo fast.
I have to admit, I was expecting a little bit more out of that, Abe. A little bit more. Yuri, can you be the only salvation in a weary world that has got me tired of everything? Don't worry, Pete. You know Yuri has got your back. Even though you often say not particularly nice things about Yuri, you know that Yuri is always the man you can count on. When situation is dire, Pete, it's Yuri who gets it done. Because hashtag Yuri gets it done. And here's another instance of Yuri getting it done right here. Turret is dead, Pete. You are welcome. Once again, your fat is in the fryer, and Yuri the baby maker Novak is the man who has hauled it out of the fryer. We'll pick up pointless loot, because an advanced stock and advanced autoloader is definitely what Project needs at this point. Alright, Buse, why don't you just come back over here, rejoin the team, and let's take a turn then to reposition, rearm, and reload. We're gonna have to go in here and blow this up with the X4. Atlas King is mind-controlling something that's very, very far off in the distance. I have no idea what's going on with that particular animation.
Ready to rock.
Or is this just stretching up into the unseen heavens? Is that what's going on? It's just poorly animated. This is the director's vision of what that should look like. Keller, I'm not even going to bother to have you reload. You're down a bullet. The Gatekeeper is on Team XCOM for the rest of the turn. What if we just made some zombies? Can we do 2? Can we get 2 zombies out of this? I will take zombies. Yes, we can. Well, let's do that. Make me some zombies, Mr. Gatekeeper, if you would be so kind, please. Welcome to Zombie Town, population us, and now we have a horde of loyal servants to do our bidding. Well, this mission's gonna be phenomenally easy. Thanks to Atlas King and his horde of loyal Psy zombies,
Copy that.
we don't have any problems anymore. You the man, Atlas King. You the man. Atlas King coming over to roll with his crew. This is Atlas King's posse now. And if anybody is deserving of a posse, I think we can all admit that it is, in fact, Atlas King. The man should have a posse. A guy like Atlas King, he's the kind of guy who rolls deeper than a Dell. Anything else in this facility? Yeah, a bunch of guys. Another gatekeeper, too. Am I worried about this in the slightest? Not really. Pete, you just used your best ability. You know, we made zombies out of it. The enemies are going to shoot at those zombies. We're surprisingly comfortable with that. All right, Gatekeeper, what do you want to do? I'm thinking you probably just fire your beam at whatever is convenient. 50% chance, 30% chance. Why is your aim suddenly atrocious, Mr. Gatekeeper? You can't hit a shitting thing. If we open you up, do we have you go consume a man? Or do you have to be next to them? You have to be next to them. All right, well, we should definitely close your shell back up. Don't expose your delicate innards for no reason, man. If you're gonna expose your delicate innards, you gotta make it count. You gotta be getting some payment out of that. You don't just give away the goods. You sell that shit to Playboy when your career has started to fade a little bit and you never were nude before. You finally be like, okay, now's the time we gotta capitalize. You gotta come at it sort of Megan Fox style. When they're at the height of your popularity, you never do the nudes. You never release them then. You wait until like 10 to 15, probably that's too long. Let's say 6 to 7 years after your career is by and large ended. And then you pull out the nudes. That's the way it works. Keller, can you hit? Oh, you're going to hit a friendly zombie with that, aren't you? Is there any way we can exclude a zombie? Yes. Oh, but we can't exclude our friendly gatekeeper. You know what? That's fine. Sorry, friendly gatekeeper. This is going to not tickle. I probably should have done this before I moved you, but I don't really care if you live or die. It's a cruel, harsh reality. I really don't care. Helen Keller did find a way to somehow activate another pod with that shot. Well, it's a good thing we have a loyal horde of minions. We got 2 guys back there. All right, fantastic work, Keller. Nice work. Excellent job. You can finish off the elite trooper. Is that all you can see, Keller? Yes. All right, go ahead and do that. You have no other shot. We might as well take advantage of your salvo shot while it exists. Once again, I'm picking on Helen Keller, possibly undeservedly. I mean, the woman can't see. It's not her fault she spawned another pod. She didn't know it was back there. What about this gatekeeper, Pete? What are you going to do about that, man? Probably nothing, in all reality. I think we're going to have Jake Busey advance to this full cover. I'm not really sure geographically where that gatekeeper actually is either, because I can't... It's sort of in a door, but also sort of not in a door. What can you see, Jake Busey? You can see that shield bearer. You don't even have a particularly good chance of killing him. I think it may be a good opportunity for a blaster launcher here. Since some of these guys have positioned themselves, shall we say, sub-optimally, is there any way I can hit all 3 of them? No. I could hit 2 of them who are far away. I sort of like this shot better. Is that catching that, man? Are you caught in the blast zone there, little man? I don't hate this shot. What about this? That's actually better. Let's shoot it there.
Tracking target.
And Busey sends out the little green ball. Oh, you don't want to... Ooh, Jake Busey, that was a hell of a work. Volatile Mix and Jake Busey are a mix that is shockingly volatile, but also shockingly profitable. Jake Busey's Volatile Mix pays dividends. Yuri, are you not in cover of any variety? You are not in cover of any variety. What happened there, Yuri? Explain this to me. Yeah, you know, Pete, sometimes Yuri takes somewhat suboptimal position. I'm sorry. We could take our free shot that gives us concealment, but all we can see are friendlies. Actually, all we can see is one thing. Well, I guess we'll go on Overwatch then. No, we don't want to call the Sky Ranger. We'd like to just drop you into Overwatch. Steve, Why don't you come up to this half cover? And I think what we're going to do with you, Steve, is have you throw... Can your capacitor discharge kill some stuff here? Doesn't quite have the range. Well, that's unfortunate. We might as well double move Steve then. Let's get him up here. We can get an Overwatch shot out of Steve. That seems acceptable. Be like, Pete, you've got a lot of guys on the map who are active that you're not really taking any sort of effort to deal with at all. And that's because I'm trusting my loyal horde of zombies and minions to do my bidding. I'm going to trust my minions. I'm like that guy from that movie who had all the little yellow dudes with one eye. I'm like that guy. I'm trusting my minions to do their jobs. 70% on the officer, 70% on the shield bearer, 40% on the enemy gatekeeper, and 30. Let's just take this shot. Seems the best. We're going to have a couple zombies who can go take a shot at that, man. He dodged. Man, gatekeeper, I'm making you look pathetic. So we have you run up here. You can kill this man. Right, zombie? Can you not move and swing? You can definitely move and swing, right, zombie? I'm going to be really... You've been moving and swinging at me for the whole campaign, so if suddenly you can't move and swing, I'm going to be extraordinarily salty. All right, then. Man, zombie troopers have great aim, too. Not the world's greatest damage. At all. 3. This size zombie is not going to be quite quick enough, so let's just run him up right into the middle of the shit. And that just leaves Atlas King as the man who sees it all. What are we going to do with you, Atlas? It's a genuine question. I don't really have a plan. I didn't come up with any contingencies vis-a-vis Atlas King. Maybe we just have Atlas King throw a... He could probably kill this man. How much damage does Soulfire do? 6 to 8. Even at max damage, it's not a kill. A null lance is definitely a kill. We'll just do that.
My lance pierces all.
My lance pierces... Oh, very sexual, Atlas King. That's actually not true either, Atlas King. Your lance doesn't pierce all. Your lance pierces exclusively Madison, and you know it. You're the most devoted man in the XCOM project. Never could you be swayed away from your true love, Madison. We all know this, Atlas King. This man's going to get himself shot by Steve Irwin. I will be amazed if this does any damage whatsoever. It did 1 because it missed, which somehow managed to penetrate that guy's, like, 17 armor. I'm not upset by that. This guy's probably going to reanimate some zombies. Yeah. Alright, so the enemy gatekeeper using our tactic against us killed our zombie? No, our zombie still has 1 health and made a zombie of his own. This is turning into a Cranberries song up in here. Zombie, zombie, This zombie is probably dead. Oh, that man moved and marked a zombie. This shield bearer is going to come over here and shield almost without doubt. Yep. He's not even going to move. He's just going to stand there and shield like a dickhead. Well then. We suddenly have an abundance of zombies. Stovepipe, what can you see? Please tell me you can see the gatekeeper. You cannot see the gatekeeper. You can see a bunch of zombies and our own guy. Steve, can you... I know Steve can see the gatekeeper because you took a shot at it, Steve. We have a lot of units on Team XCOM at the moment. Steve, you can see the gatekeeper, right? You just have a terrible chance to hit it. 66, which is not good. The gatekeeper is open, though. The enemy gate is down. Ace of Butterfield, is this your moment? I think this is your moment, Ace of Butterfield. Get in there. The enemy's gate is down. Go light this man up with a chain shot. Double 79s. Oh, I'll take that any day of the week, honest Abe Lincoln. Yea, verily, I shall strike you down with the most inappropriate language because I was alive in the 1860s, which is roughly 300 years after Shakespeare was popular, but still I say verily, because this is the only way Pete knows how to be dramatic. That was a pretty miserable performance, honest Abe. And you caused him to close up, which is definitely suboptimal. Jake Busey, if we have you run up there, can you shotgun that man? You ignore 4 points of armor. In all likelihood, Jake Busey could kill him. Can you see him through this window? You could. It does leave you exposed to a vast horde of zombies, however. I'm not enthusiastic about the vast horde of zombies part of that plan. Keller, what can you do? Kill a size zombie. Well, Helen Keller, it's time for a little Icarus jumping. So Icarus Jump does not need a confirmation, which is troubling me a considerable amount. The fact that I misclicked it once before simply because I was like, oh, we definitely have to click the button again to make Helen Keller actually Icarus Jump. In fact, not the case. As soon as you toggle in, you try to go click it again, Helen Keller will jump to a weird spot on the map. You gotta be careful. Helen Keller has a hair trigger. That was a fantastic Icarus Jump, by the way, Helen. So, how do we want to have you deal with what's left? I'm thinking a saturation fire would do us a little bit of... Oh, never mind. Saturation fire is objectively terrible. We could go for salvo grenade. We could go for proximity grenade. Both of which have benefit, you know, there's some benefit to each of those. Alternatively, what we could do is just have you chain shot the gatekeeper, but we really didn't need to Icarus jump for that, did we? Seems like kind of a waste. Do we want some hot zombie on zombie action? Is that how we want to handle Team Zombie? The Baby Maker is the broom that's going to sweep the board. I think we go... Keller, give me your last plasma grenade, because you can hit a bunch of people with that, right? One evil zombie, one friendly zombie. That'll do. Yeah, I know. It's friendly fire. Friendly fire, sort of loosely defined. It's not really that friendly. There we go. So we killed one of our own zombies. Our kill count on this mission is going to be fantastic, though, since we'll have killed the number of enemies twice. Helen Keller has then gone salvoed. We're going to have her take a chain shot at the gatekeeper, because I want to finish him off. Helen Keller can't see the gatekeeper. Brilliant. Well, I guess we'll chain shot this man for lack of a better option, then. And it's going to be up to Jake No-Nonsense Busey to go get the no-nonsense part of the rest of this mission done. Helen Keller may not even be able to dig a kill here. Never mind, I was a fool to doubt her. Some people are saying right now, Pete, you're a fool all the time. Whether or not you doubt Helen Keller is not what makes you a fool. You just simply, you are a fool, sir. Accept the situation. You're not wrong. I should really come to grips with the reality of my station in life. So, Gatekeeper. Your massive AoE blast is still down, but if we consume one of these people, can we make a zombie out of a zombie? I don't think they're going to let us double dip like that. That just seems unlikely. Let's move you over here for now. Psy Zombie, we need you to do... just walk over here and punch this man. Seems acceptable. Atlas King, I have no idea what we should do with you. Probably try and catch as many guys as we can in your Shred Storm cannon. I don't hate that plan. Hunkering down? Well, it's an interesting choice, Atlas King. I don't really see how it benefits us in this scenario necessarily. Also, your Shred Storm cannon is positioned fairly terribly to take an advantage of. If we're going to go for the double shotgun gambit here from Master Chef Busey, we should probably go ahead and take care of that. So, Master Chef, why don't you... No, don't rapid fire from here, Master Chef. I require you a run and gun first. Rapid firing from here, I don't even think you can see that, man. Or what you're thinking. Also, your pathing is supremely dubious. It's a good thing you're... Jake Busey is the fastest man on the planet. Usain Bolt, eat your heart out. Jake Busey. You're just lucky Jake Busey is an actor and too busy to run in the Olympics, because if he ran the 100 with you, that'd be it. You have a 60% chance to hit, Jake Busey? I'm suddenly regretting having committed to this plan. I trust Jake Busey, though. The maker of chutney will bring the chutney. Okay, not a great start. Slightly made up for it with the critical. He compensated somewhat. This has got dire real quick. All right. Yuri Baby Maker Novak, come and try and save everyone's bacon. There is much bacon to be saved here. We need a lightning hands. Psy Zombie evil. Psy Zombie evil. Definite kill. Oh, wait. Don't we have a Psy Zombie near that zombie? I think we do. Also, you Gatekeeper. Can you finish off the other Gatekeeper? The answer to that question is probably no. You can't finish him off. So why don't you just kill this Psy Zombie then? Immolated? Talk about making chutney. The Gatekeeper. He's learned the secret of Jake Busey's chutney recipe. Master Chef Busey's chefing career is over. The aliens are onto us. They know the secret of chutney. This is a dire blow to the XCOM project. What if the aliens decide they love chutney and decide they want to make their own chutney? Okay, just shoot everyone. This is fine. Yes, you know what I have to say here, Pete. I am contractually obligated right now. You know what time it is, Pete? It's high noon. Yuri, make Overwatch,
We
dude.
have multiple targets down.
It is, in fact... Did you kill that gatekeeper, Yuri? He's poisoned. Is that enough to get a kill? Could we have our Psy Zombie wander up there and punch him? That'd be the greatest thing ever. The answer is no, unfortunately. Psy Zombie, why don't you go over there? Steve, all you can see is the gatekeeper, and were it not for his armor, I would be certain that you could get a kill. Fortunately, what we can do instead is just combat protocol this gatekeeper, and he's gonna die. Enjoy a Jar Jar Binks treatment, Mr. Gatekeeper. Get Jar Jarred. There you go. Jake Busey? Did you just explode and fall through the...
Alright, that one hurt.
God damn it. Bring it on yourself, Pete. Bring it on yourself. You're not wrong. I asked for that. I deserve that, frankly. Although, and maybe, I was going to say maybe Jake Busey is the one who actually deserved it. Because he put himself in that situation, but now that I think about it,
Mind is willing.
Jake Busey would have done that to himself if he had killed the Codex, or killed that gatekeeper. The same thing would happen. He's still going through the floor when that explodes. Meanwhile, Atlas King continues to hold shit down like a paperweight. Is a paperweight really the best metaphor you could have gone there, Pete? Could you maybe have said like a boat anchor or something? I don't want to call Atlas King a boat anchor. That's just me. The man is not anchoring anything. Other than anchoring this team, like the way a relay race runner is the anchor, being the anchor is good. It's that guy's like the most valuable part of the team. So what we're going to do is have Jake Busey plant the explosives. There you go. It's time for Jake Busey to get the hell out of Dodge. Also, where did you find your other replacement axe, Jake Busey?
Move to the extraction point for immediate evac.
Where is the extraction point, Bradford? Do we have to call it down? We have to call it down. Do I want to mess with these reinforcements? Not really. Let's just bring the Sky Ranger down and have everybody run into it. Is anybody going to not be able to make it? Probably Helen Keller. Let's centralize it then. We'll just put it here. We can go make the Gatekeeper and Zombie do the dirty work, too. Don't forget, we've got people to do our dirty work. Jake Busey, speaking of dirty work, is going to be a little bit shy of the Promised Land. So let's bring Jake... Not there, Jake. You have actually made things more difficult for everyone else on the team. Fantastic work, Busey.
Move!
Yeah, good work, Jake. Nice job. You handled that one like true misclick asshole. I'm proud to have you on team. It is good to be able to call you a teammate, Jake Busey. You are a fantastic and lovely man. Helen Keller, in fact, could have made it to the extraction zone. This is fine. We'll just... Here, Gatekeeper, why don't you go Kool-Aid Man through the walls and be a distraction? There we go. You'll keep those guys entertained. This is why you're on the team. This is what we brought you for. Also, make a path for your zombie buddy. There you go. Zombie, why don't you go follow that man? Meanwhile, we'll just be over here on Overwatch. And ready to leave. You may be saying to yourself, Pete, are you not going to kill the rest of these aliens? Didn't I not Overwatch you, Atlas King? Why will you not go on Overwatch, Atlas King? Never mind, it was thinking a minute while it was trying to pull down. That plane just crashed. Hey, XCOM, I'm calling bullshit. That plane very clearly just 9/11'd itself into a building. Why is this facility not collapsing like the Twin Towers? This is what I want to know. Pete, 9/11 jokes? Is that really what you've stooped to? Can we joke about it? Is it still too soon? I'm not sure. They say tragedy plus time equals comedy. Has enough time passed? It's been almost 15 years. Does it really seem like it's been 15 years since that happened? No, it doesn't really seem like it's been 15 years, but it has in fact been 15 years. Hey Gatekeeper, just because this is going to be amazingly cool, why don't you go out with a bang here? Let's open the old shell and rift a gateway. Oh no, friendly fire. I'm comfortable with us rifting ourselves. Why does that seem like catastrophic damage when the aliens do it to us, but when we do it to the aliens, it seems much more unimpressive. It seems much less impressive. when you do it.
Heading
It's
there now.
not that enthusiastic. Be like, yeah, we killed some guys. Fine.
Heading out.
Is everybody in the zone? Who's not in the zone? Well, the Psy Zombie is not in the zone. Psy Zombie, can you even get through the door? No, you're fine then. We're good. We'll just leave you. Atlas King, let's start the evacuation process if we can. So why don't you go ahead and leave?
Ready to boogie.
I wonder if we lose mind control when Atlas King leaves the map. Yep. The zombie is dead? Psy Zombie was killed. Hey, we get credit for that kill. That's one more for Atlas King. That's another notch in Atlas King's belt. He gets credit for that. Score it.
Getting out of here.
He's like John Stockton of XCOM. He's taking credit for that one. Be like, John Stockton didn't score a lot of points. No, I was all about the assists. I was the setup man. Atlas King is that same setup. This would have been a delightfully fantastic mission had it not been for Jake Busey getting dropped through a floor. Other than that, it would have been good. On the plus side, we did earn ourselves plenty of time, so I can time murder you again in the future by building a pointless radio relay as I farm for an achievement. Pete, are you really going to hold me hostage to your achievement whoring? Yes. And a little delayed reaction syndrome as the building finally explodes. You know what? I'm blaming that on the plane. That was not us. Our X4 charges were not relevant to that facility explosion. I'm not taking... You can't pin that one on me. Soldiers killed, too. I'm guessing they're counting the Gatekeeper and Psy Zombie who were immolated in the explosion. They're crediting us with a friendly fire incident for that. I demand that we have a court-martial investigation into this. You cannot hold me responsible for those murders. That was not friendly fire. Those were enemy combatants, sir. Sure, they had sworn allegiance to us, but does that change their status as an enemy combatant? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is something for smarter men than me to be forced to decide. We need a military trial to hammer out the details on this one. We also have just a black screen of nothing. What is with the load times on this since the most recent patch? They were terrible, then they optimized it a little bit, and they got better, then they optimized it again, and load times became okay. Then they did some more recent patches where they added in the Alien Hunters DLC and some of the other stuff, and suddenly the black screen load times of Doom have returned in full force. The forces of evil have found their way to our house. They did not become confused. Farewell, and may the forces of evil become confused on the way to your house. Yes, Operation Hellfort. We're waiting. Yet, you are right. What is wrong? Sky Ranger is flying really far. I guess this is actually to simulate reality, Pete. This is to add immersion in gameplay. Transcontinental flights like we are making take a really long time. This is Firaxis and 2K Games' effort to immerse you fully into gameplay. They want to simulate real-life indignities of being wedged onto a tiny plane in very uncomfortable-looking seat for a really long period of time, while the only thing missing, Pete, really is that annoying kid who kicks the back of your seat for 4.5 hours straight. You throw that in here, and this is exactly what it would be like to be on a transcontinental flight. Are we back at base yet? No? That's fine. Give me the touchdown animation. I need a little Tony Scott-style aircraft porn. So Jake Busey is straight up wounded. That means he's going to be out of action for between 17 and 14 days. We're going to check the time on that one. I don't give a shit about any of this. A secure transmission. At least I don't have to look at Optimus Prime's shiny bald head. I've always got that for me. Jake Busey, how long are you actually out of commission? 11 days. Fine. We'll wait 11 days. We've got the Avatar project reduction that we needed at the top of the episode so that we can complete our radio tower. Do any other sort of cleanup that we want. Maybe we just wait 13 days and let Atlas King complete his training so that he can get the completely pointless fuse ability. Probably we'll do that. Right now, what we're going to do, though, is in this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more episodes of XCOM that accurately recreate what it's like to be on the crushing boredom of a transcontinental flight, you might consider subscribing as well, because every single episode, yeah, that's a promise I can make and keep. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.